around. We're not gonna settle down. I never worry, 'cause I'm out of my mind.
Change your mindset, you will change your life. Welcome to another episode with Morgan Lindsey Fit. This is gonna be a vlog style. I'm just gonna kind of take you through a typical day for me. This is my first day of prep. Like I mentioned on my Instagram, if you follow me on there, I'm not going to say which shows I'm doing this time. I think it'll be a little bit more fun. I don't want to put the pressure on myself. I want to just step on stage when I feel and my coach feels like my body is on point and we're 110% ready to go. I think my last show, we rushed things a little bit and my body is responding super well to higher calories right now. I've never gone into a prep over 200 grams of carbs and literally doing like 12 minutes of cardio at this point. So everything is amazing right now, and we're just gonna cruise into this prep, take things slow, and step on stage when we feel like we are ready. But I am in a prep and I'm so excited because this is probably the most motivated that I've been since like Miami Nationals when I won my pro card. I'm always motivated, but I definitely needed a break, and I feel like I am fired up, ready to go, and we're gonna try our very, very best to qualify for the 2019 Olympia. Mark my words, I will be on that O stage, and I'm gonna do whatever I can to get myself there as quickly as possible. So today I am with Megan, my roommate. We are about to go to the mall, so I'll bring you guys along with that. And we are designing our booty guide right now, which will be releasing soon. That's gonna be an 8-week booty guide, and I'll tell you how we have gotten our booties to where they are right now. So let's go to the mall, and yeah, we're just chilling. Let's go. Y'all, it is raining like crazy. We're going to the mall. Meg. I'm gonna dream about Pizookies instead. It's okay. All right, so we are about to go train back in biceps. I am doing my pre-workout meal. So you guys have seen me post a lot about like the muffins. I'm going to probably do things that I can track a little bit better, just because when I bake the muffins, I don't exactly know the exact macros. So being on prep, I'm gonna be a little bit more stricter. So I'm doing these bagel thins right now. It's about 40 grams of carbs, doing it like 20 minutes pre-workout with this sugar-free jelly. So that is what we're gonna do. Megan's over here chilling. All right, we'll try to film it. If not, I'll put it on my Instagram. Then we're gonna go into the nutrition store, which is right next door. This is so good. There's nothing on. Just static. What's up, guys? Back from the mall. I just made a coffee. This looks crazy right now, but it's so good and so low calorie. Gonna do a talk on binging and like post-show and having self-control and following a reverse diet in the next clip. So here we go. So I wanted to do a talk on post-show, having binging episodes, and people that are struggling once they are finished with a competition. So my experience has been different every single show, I would say, as far as how I'm feeling mentally, physically, all of those things. So the first couple of shows that I did, I kind of just ate whatever I wanted to after the show. I didn't really follow a reverse diet. I didn't even really know what reverse dieting was. I had a different coach at the time. After my first show of last year's season, which was North Americans, I was following a meal plan. I feel like when you follow a meal plan for a long time, you miss out on a lot of different foods. So when you have the opportunity to eat them, you are more likely to overindulge, if you will. So I really struggled to follow my macros. I would be really good, and then I would get to the end of the day and I would just struggle. I couldn't seem to stick to my macros. So I went back on a meal plan. And not to say that that's the best thing to do, but I felt like it was the best resolution for me post-show. I almost in my head mentally thought, okay, Morgan, you're gonna diet for 4 to 6 more weeks. Instead of just going to macros and losing control, I decided to give myself a little bit more boundaries so that it would help me get through that really crucial period of when you can put on a lot of body fat post-show and have like those binging episodes and things like that. After I went through the meal plan that me and my coach did, I was starting my prep for Miami Nationals, so I was back on a meal plan. I mentally prepared after Miami Nationals because that was right around Thanksgiving time. I gave myself a certain amount of days and then I immediately went on my reverse diet. What I did for this is my coach gave me macros, but I had certain things. So I had, obviously my protein, I had certain carbs I could eat, which did have like a few treat type things in it, but I still in my mind was like, okay, like I'm gonna follow these guidelines. I feel like you need to really have guidelines. Guidelines are so crucial post-show. I cannot say it enough. And the one thing that I just always try to remind my friends and people that I have around me is that the food will always be there. There is so many options now. Like even myself, like I'm always finding new things that I can incorporate that'll help curb those, like the sugar-free Jello, or this coffee that I have, like the fat-free whipped cream. These are things that I didn't even know about. But there's a lot of things that you can do to make like tasty treats that aren't going crazy over your macros. But I think a part of that is really planning and sitting down and being honest with yourself on what your goals are. My goal personally is to make it to the Olympia stage. So I have to be conditioned most of the time, year round. And obviously what's important for me is reverse dieting, because I feel like we're in these situations where we feel like if we eat too much, we're gonna gain weight, and it's just this constant battle. And I don't like to give a ton of advice on eating except for my own experience, just because I know it's such a touchy subject to a lot of people. But I really think that just planning your meals out and really going into a show knowing that you're gonna reverse. I think that that's the #1 advice that I can give people. I even tell clients that I help prep, I say, hey, listen, like you're gonna have this period of time where your body's gonna be really sensitive to putting on body fat quickly. So you have to learn how to take control. And it's, something that my coach and I have talked about too. You have these people that are so disciplined for 12, 15 weeks. They don't go off their plan at all. And that's when it really comes down to, I think, goals and what you really want. Because in my mind, I honestly believe that I am on prep all year round. I do have, obviously, times, this reverse, I've had 3 diet breaks. I went on a few different vacations. I took the time, 3 or 4 days, to kind of get those cravings out of the way that I might have. But now I've decided that macros is a better fit for me. So if you're doing a meal plan and it's very restrictive, maybe switch over to macros and learn how to count macros so that you don't feel restricted. I'm going into a prep on over about 200 grams of carbs. My calories are super high and I don't feel deprived, but I also worked myself up to that, and that takes time. And I think having patience and realizing that it'll all work out if you just stay patient. I think the biggest issue in the fitness industry is people are not patient enough. This is not something that you wake up and your body just changes overnight. This is something that takes time. I've been training for about 2 years, and it's crazy the changes that I've made, but that's also 2 years of time. And it's just gonna continue to get better. Your metabolism will get better, but you have to give it time, and you can't be so fixated on the number on the scale. I struggle with this big time. I used to literally lift my shirt up in public 100 times in one day and weigh myself over and over and over. And I was so scared to just, I was so focused on that number. And I'm telling you now, I don't care about the number. And I know that what gets me in that happy state of mind and that positive state of mind is knowing that I'm working hard. If you're doing all the things right, if you're following your diet, if you're training, if you're doing what you can, and that's your best, then that's your best. But don't self-critique yourself and get so down on yourself, because that makes it a lot worse. It makes it worse when you wake up and you say, I hate the way that I look, I didn't follow my plan. So my takeaway from this is to just stay disciplined with yourself. Most importantly, have a plan. Stick to plan A, there's no plan B. Plan your day out accordingly so that you know that you're going to be okay. Take the time, if you're the type of person that feels deprived when you're having macros. Like, I would run out of macros super fast, and it was because like I didn't really take the time to like plan out fun foods. Now it's important to me that I have like my coffee. I love coffee, so I make, you know, a special coffee for myself. Or, you know, if you're a pizza person, like fit that into your day. If you're an ice cream person, like have a little bit of ice cream. Like, just don't deprive yourself, but also you have to take the time and not be lazy and plan things out so that it's gonna be better for your lifestyle. And I think that that is the biggest thing, is doing what is best for you in order to see your goals. Everyone is so different, and it's hard to take advice from just one person, because I really feel like you have to reflect on yourself. And I know that you have what it takes to be successful with a reverse, with post-show, whatever it is. There is some people that, you know, they can freely eat and it's not an issue, but there is some people that you're just gonna have to be more restrictive. I know for me, once I get to like day 3 or day 4, and if I'm not super, if I'm not tracking what I'm eating, it tends to give me anxiety. So I know for myself that after day 3, I need to kind of get back on track. And I think it's good to have like a role model or someone that has, that might be reversing with you. There's so many people now that compete, and there's gotta be someone that you can lean on in those times, or even if it's friend, family member, that'll help you through those times where you might want to binge. Maybe text them in your phone. I've, you know, definitely had those times where I've had those days where I'm struggling, and I'll reach out to someone and talk to them like, hey, this is how I'm feeling. But I can tell you one thing, each reverse gets easier and easier. The longer that you stay on your plan, the longer that you stay disciplined, it's all going to work out. All I'm gonna say is that you are capable of achieving whatever you wanna achieve. Have the discipline, stay dialed in, don't lose focus. You are a champion, a rock star. I can't say this enough, because being positive is the key to being successful. And doing all the little small things right will add up to big results, I promise you. So that is what I'm gonna say on my post-show topic. But you're gonna have an amazing week. Thank you for watching, and I will see y'all in the next one.